we are going to start the topic sequence and series. Now this topic is related to the topic that we have done in the 10th class, arithmetic progression. Now directly let us see to the general question first. Write first 5 terms of the following sequence whose nth term is given. Now the nth term is given, an is equal to 2n minus 3 upon 6. Now we have to find out the first 5 terms, putting n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now first putting n equal to 1, we are getting a1. It becomes 2 into 1 minus 3 upon 6 is equal to 2 minus 3 upon 6 equal to minus 1 upon 6. Similarly, putting n equal to 2, we are getting here the a2 is equal to 2 into 2 minus 3 upon 6. Simplifying, we are getting 1 upon 6. Similarly, putting n equal to 3, 4 and then again putting n equal to 5. When we are putting n equal to 5, it becomes 2 into 5 minus 3 upon 6. Simplifying it, we are getting here 7 by 6. In this way, we can find out any term of the given sequence whose nth term is given. Let us see the similar question. Again the nth term is given, minus 1 whole power n into a raised to power n upon a raised to power n plus b raised to power n. Again we have to find out the first 5 terms. Again by putting n equal to 1, we are getting here minus 1 whole power 1 into a raised to power 1 upon a raised to power 1 plus b raised to power 1. Simplifying, we are getting here minus a upon a plus b. Then again we can put n equal to 2 to get the second term. Then a2 becomes minus 1 whole power 2 into a square upon a square plus b square. Again simplifying, we are getting the second term equal to a square upon a square plus b square. Similarly, we can find out a3, a4 and a5. Putting n equal to 5, we are getting here minus 1 whole power 5 into a raised to power 5 upon a raised to power 5 plus b raised to power 5. Again simplifying it, we are getting a5 equal to minus a raised to power 5 upon a raised to power 5 plus b raised to power 5. Now let us see another question. Again the similar question is there. Now the nth term is given, an equal to a n minus 1 upon n for all n greater than equal to 2 and a1 equal to minus 1. Find the series. Now the formula for the nth term is valid when n is greater than equal to 2. Now here a1 is given to be minus 1. Now putting n equal to 2, 3, 4, 5 so on so far. Now putting n equal to 2 here, we are getting a2 equal to a2 minus 1 upon 2. Then it becomes a1 upon 2. Now the value of a1 is minus 1. Putting it here, we are getting a2 equal to minus 1 upon 2. Similarly, putting n equal to 3, we are getting here a3 equal to a3 minus 1 upon 3. Then it becomes a2 upon a3. Now putting the value of a2 from here, minus 1 by 2 upon 3, then it becomes minus 1 upon 6. Similarly, we can find out a4, putting n equal to 4 here in this expression, then it becomes a3 by 3. Again putting the value of a3 minus 1 upon 6, then a4 becomes minus 1 by 18. So on so far, we can find out any number of terms of the given sequence or the series. So we have to find out the series. So series become, it is the first term plus second term, then third term and so on so forth. Now again the question is here, an equal to n square when n is odd and this is equal to 2n when n is even. We have to find out the first 6 terms. Now putting n equal to 1. Now n equal to 1 is odd. Therefore a1 equal to 1 square equal to 1. Then whenever you have to find out a2, now n is even. So therefore, when n is even, our nth term is equal to 2n. So therefore, a2 becomes 2 into 2 equal to 4. Then we have to find out a3. Now it is odd. Then therefore, a3 equal to n square means 3 square equal to 9. It means when n is odd, we have to put the value here. When n is even, we have to put the value here. In this way, we are finding all the given terms of the given sequence whose nth term is given. So therefore, a3 equal to 9. Similarly, a4 equal to 8, a5 equal to 25, a6 equal to 12. Now here, see this point. Find the value of sigma n runs from 1 to 10 minus 1 whole power n. This is known as sigma, or it is also called summation. The n running from 1 to 10. It means our number of terms are 1 to 10 minus 1 whole power n. Sum of the first 10 terms we have to find out. Now putting n equal to 1, then n equal to 2, then n equal to 3 up to putting n equal to 10. It becomes minus 1 whole power 1, minus 1 whole power 2, minus 1 whole power 3, and the last is minus 1 whole power 10. Simplifying now, this is what? The number of terms are even. One term is negative, another is positive. Then negative, other is positive. Now as the n even, so therefore all these will cancel each other. So we are getting the sum of this is equal to 0. Now let us see the question. The nth term is given, a1 is given, a2 is given, a3 is given. We have to find out the value of what? A, B and C. One of the important question of the exercise. Now the nth term is given. Now we have to a1 is equal to 10. Then putting n equal to 1, we are getting a1. It becomes a into 1 square plus b into 1 plus c. Simplifying, we are getting a plus b plus c equal to 10. Similarly, putting n equal to 2, here we are getting the second term. Then it becomes 4a plus 2b plus c equal to, it is given to be 19. Similarly, we can find out the third term and put it equal to 32. Then this expression becomes 9a plus 3b plus c equal to 32. Now we have to solve these three equations to get the value of a, b and c. Let us see how to solve these three equations to get the value of a, b, c. Now here this is equation 1, 2, 3, we can name it. Now here let us see how to solve it. Now 2 minus 1, because c is common in all the three equations, we can easily cancel the c. Now 2 minus 1 gives 4a minus a, 3a plus b, c cancel with c, 19 minus 10 equal to 9. Similarly, 3 minus 2 gives us 5a plus b, again c will be cancelled, is equal to 32 minus 19 equal to 30. Now c has been eliminated. Now we can solve these two equations 4 and 5 by the elimination method to get the value of what? A and get the value of b. Now we know the value of a and b. We can put these value of a and b in any one of the equation to get the value of c. Now again using one, a plus b plus c equal to 10. Putting the value of a and b here, we are getting the value of c. Now come to the point. Now we are going to start here the arithmetic progression that we have done in the 10th class also. You know the definition of arithmetic progression. Let me repeat. A sequence of number in which the difference between consecutive term remains the same. It is known as arithmetic progression. The difference may be positive, it may be negative, it may be 0 also. For example, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, it is an AP because the difference remains 2. Similarly, 1, 3, 5, 7, again it is an AP as the difference between the consecutive term is the same. Now in general, the general AP we can consider A plus D, A plus 2D, so on, so forth, always represent the AP. Now we know the nth term of an AP is given by A plus n minus 1 into D. This is the formula for the nth term we have done in the 10th class also, where A is the first term and D is the common difference. Now we will use this result in our questions. Show that this is an AP and find its general term. Now first we have to show it is an AP. We are showing the difference between consecutive term is the same as first term is 12. Now A2 minus A1 is 5 minus 12 minus 7. Similarly A3 minus A2 is minus 7. Then A4 minus A3 is again minus 7. As the difference is same, so it is an AP. Now we have to find out the general term. General term means nth term. Therefore the general term is an equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Putting the value of a and d, simplifying, we are getting an equal to 19 minus 7n. Now the next question is here. Determine the number of terms in 3, 7, 11 and the last term is given to be 407, and also find its 20th term from the end. Now the given sequence is this. Now here first term is 3, common difference is 4, and the last term means the nth term is given to be 407. By using the result of nth term, putting all the values and solving it, we are getting n equal to 102. It means the number of terms are 102. Now we have to find out the 20th term from the ending. Now the 20th term from the ending means n minus k plus 1 term from the beginning, or clearly the number of term is 102. You have to find out the 20th term from the end. It means from the end we have to leave 19 terms. So then 102 minus 19 means we have to find out 83rd term of the sequence. And by you can also find it by using the result. What will be the 20th term from the end is equal to 20th term from the end equal to n minus k plus 1 term from the beginning. Now n is 102, k is which term we have to tell? K is given to be 20 plus 1, then this is equal to 83rd term from the beginning. Either you can find it directly or you can use the formula for finding the term from the ending. So it means we have to find out 83rd term from the beginning. So therefore a 83 is equal to a plus 82d. Putting the value of a and d, we are getting 331. So this is all about today's lecture. Now you have to do practice of the similar question from your book.